Hello guys, welcome to the video. This is going to be a little bit special because I decided to show you how I improved over time, how I developed as a player. I picked up 3 demos that I want to go over today with you. One is from 10 years ago when I was just dipping my toes into tier 1, tier 2 Counter-Strike. I was just playing semi-professionally in the random mixes. Then I want to show you one more game 5 years later when I actually made it to the top 8 at the E-League Postal Major. And then I want to show you the most recent one from the Paris last major when we faced Vitality in the semi-final. It's going to be interesting for me to see as well because I never rewatched my demos this way back into the past. So this is going to be new for me as well. I want to dive right in and let's start with the first demo. All right. So we start on the T side. I'm buying nades, only nades on the team. Getting a C4 as well, starting in the ramp. I don't even remember what were my roles back then in this team or in this mix. So we will just figure it out as it goes. I'm gonna focus mainly on myself and see how I developed and what changed for me. Oh, that's a smoke. That's a smoke and a half. I don't think that's a good smoke right there. I guess it works. It works against me. Just give Casada one way. What am I smoking? That's a lineup. I think this is a stair smoke. Let's see. Let's follow the nade. Yeah, this is definitely a stair smoke. I hope I don't miss it again. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Alright, so this looks pretty awkward. This looks like a face-it game, I'm gonna be honest with you. 3v4 on A side. It takes so much time for us to even move out of this place. Like, everyone's super scared. It's hard to communicate, you have to think about it that way as well. We're getting flagged because of this. With a Bison. Out of all weapons, like... Alright, taking the middle. I have no fear. There's not even a single smoke used by us. Now I'm smoking window, but obviously there was no jump throw back then, so people didn't really know these smokes. So take it with a grain of salt. I spotted Nico upstairs. I love using my nades apparently. He's still well. Look how tunnel visioned I got just to kill Nico there upstairs. Like, I didn't even care about short push. 2 players there could have easily killed me. Alright, so no top stop with smoke. I have to throw it myself as a mid player, which is kind of... That's a questionable nade usage right there. Now I don't have a smoke for window. So this is kind of screwed. Nico's peeking me. And I got his number. Look at him. Just a solid pre-fire. It looks really bad on the Go TV because of the 64 tick, but... It's not even 64 tick, this is like 16 tick or something. Every smoke so far this game that I see is missed. Again, there's a gap in the smoke, which gives me a kill on Emmy. Gives me a kill on Casada as well. I don't know, look at me go! I have a 4k into the round. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I like what I'm saying. I actually don't really like what I'm saying, but you know, pat on the back by myself. Right now I get the Hellbone middle. One is trying to fight. Will I get a Nico in return? He was in the window. That was a lucky spray by me. You can see how routinely I take mid, that whenever there's space for me to take it, I do it. With the top mid smoke by myself, I try to come behind boxes. Take a little peek into the window, and if no one is peeking me back, I'm immediately moving from the boxes into Delpad or chair area, however you want to call it, to control short peaks or short rotation. So this is something that we see quite common in my defaults so far. Now it's a 3v3, so it becomes a clutch. So I break my routine in order to take space elsewhere, and I decide to go for short. Seems like I have all right timing here. I'm trying to take ladder room. I'm not even clearing things, like I'm playing beautifully. And I could dig this, okay? Oh, that's just bad aim by me. All right. For the first time, I'm going to the B apps. Let's see what we do. I predict the execute because why else I would come here, right? And again, I'm first in the pack to try to execute. We got blocked by a smoke, and there's virtually no pressure by us on middle, no smokes. And I was doing the smoke all the time, so NiKo and their team should know that the middle is completely clear and we should hit extremity soon. And since we're waiting now second smoke in B apps, this is quite obvious. In modern Counter-Strike, you would be countered so hard. And already you are getting countered here. Aletni is pushing it. He knows all the information. I don't understand why Kassad is not rotating yet. But yeah, without mollies, hitting B side is going to be... Oh, we should rotate away. We killed the lurker. I mean, not the lurker, but the flanker. But we still go. And we died to the guy that goes unchecked in the balcony. Pretty hard to deal with. But the really poor Counter-Strike, I would say. Strategically speaking, like obviously back then this was how it was played, but this would not go well in modern Counter-Strike. This even FACEIT level 2s would be able to deal with this. Last round of the half. Me playing AK, no Kevlar. And I'm getting going by NiKo. You can see some, first of all, some buggy playstyle coming from me, where you try to distract CTs, where you let your team work elsewhere on the map, and you then fulfill the lurker role. But again, if it comes to the execute, I was being used as a firepower, as a first guy in, or guy that is taking the space and making plays. Interesting to see. I didn't even recognize that we had roles back then, but apparently it's pretty clear to me after a few rounds that I was doing my job and I was trying to do it well. All right, let's move on to the next demo. Start with a pistol round. I'm buying Kevlar this time, so no nades on me. It's just Chris J getting the nades in. And we're again hitting A side, so 2 pistol rounds, 2 times going into A ramp. I guess I'm letting Sonny work, and I'm gonna be the second guy in as a trader. I should be able to see. So you can already see the difference here in the pistol round, where we clearly had a plan with Sonny to go jungle, and the pathing was important for us to be together. And we had the top gun smoke, so it's already structured that you see in the pistol round from the get-go. So it gives us space to push freely, and obviously we lost the duels, but you can see how 5 years, the game was 5 years apart from the first one, and you can see the people, how people move, how people think is already different. Oops, was almost getting knifed there. He almost clashed it, but we lost the round. Unfortunate. Apparently it looks like I'm defaulting towards middle. I was more of a supportive guy towards mid, so the guy that is offering nades in order to take map control. I think Sonny is our Matt Fragger work. You can see already that how the round played out, or how the default played out. Sonny, I saw Sonny from here. He decided to take short. Maybe that was part of the default. Therefore, I'm instantly filling in and I'm taking care of connectors. So we put the same amount of pressure on both sides, be unreadable. Top con smoke is already there. I'm looking for a fight here with Xantares, who is in con. I think I spotted him. We think each other, or we lit each other, so we're both 1 HP, and I'm disengaging. And this is something we didn't see in the first demo, for example, right here. We're falling back, actually. In the first demo, when you think about it, every time you went somewhere, you went forward until you died. And here, it's more of a meta or structure around the team, that you take certain area of the map, such as middle or short, in this case, Sonny took a ladder room, and you fall back away from there, trying to hit the extremities, and let this guy with a good position that is unknown to play playmaker role, right? So this is something that is already quite advanced compared to what we saw in the game against Lineation. This is pretty straightforward after plan that should be saving against something we didn't see in the first game. There was no saving, no respecting the economy, not getting weapons into the next round. Here, we already see it coming, playing it into account because they almost got to save the 3 weapons. After all, it's just 2. Now we're going for probably a B hit or a B execute. Yes, Robs is taking care of middle as the guy who, again, is going to come the last towards B side. We got countered pretty well here. We got definitely countered. Like, they did a good move at the right time. Major had an arm on B side. Alright, this is still winnable. Sunny is being aggressive in these after plans again, which is good. But this is going to be hard for us to play. Basically, what I'm doing here is probably delaying just a retake, so we can buy as much time as possible for our Oper to get picks. But no one is coming from short or B apps, and I don't like that I'm not using a Molotov here. I should have definitely used it. And Robs died as well. Yeah, this is not winnable here. But you could see already the idea for us to delay and again put Robs into comfortable 1v1 or 1v2 even after plant, where he had AWP and high ground and AK to work with if he wants to pick it up. 100 HP, well, we had probably like 30 HP combined with Sunny. Alright, we're doing the same strat? I think we do. Sunny has a Mac 10 again. Yeah, I'm ready to extinguish the molly. It's not coming. Major again has an ult, and we again called him out. Great call. Use the utility to delay the retake, damage them. I should be taking space here. Yes, drop down. And we can't stay 3 guys in BFs. Take space. Yes. Use the flashes. Yep, this is alright, I guess. This was ugly fight, but I think Robs and Oscar are exactly the guys for the job here. This is what I'm talking about. Letting them stay on this high ground, a really good afterplant position. If I stay there with them, that's going to be a little tricky. I need to be able to take space away from CTs, to take duels, delay them with shooting, with the grenades, so the guys have an easier time in the clutch. And that's the demo. And we made it top 8 at the Boston Major. And this was definitely ugly Counter-Strike, but back then, this was enough for the playoffs of the Major. So let's dive into the third game, which is from the recent Major against Vitality. Alright, so in Apex, I am the A lurker, the A player. This is my role. For the first counter round, you can already see that it's me in my natural position. I got a tick there from the molly, which is not good. I should definitely not do it. And it looks like I'm responsible for a fake here, committing myself. Getting a nice shot, but I feel like my teammates were supposed to go B after I faked it. But they went a little bit too early. They had contact actually earlier than me, which I think was a mistake on strategic part. But we're trying to salvage the round. It's still 4v4. I have low HP though. So nice shot on Apex. Still doable 2v2. All of a sudden. I didn't help Kixon to get to the side. Guess he got spammed from short. Oh, I made a step here. I remember I micro-strafed on top of to check top of the bricks, and I misstepped, and Dupree heard me, and I decided to save at that point. I think I did a good decision nonetheless, because if I didn't step and I went through the murder hole into the window, it was just holding me, so I would just die. So that step was a blessing in disguise, I guess. Me as an A player, I'm responsible for these smokes, obviously. Just like Robs was in the previous demo. The team is taking middle heavy, trying to take as much area as possible, while you as a lurk, you wait for pushes, so CTs can't regain control of, let's say, A slope when they lose control of middle. That is a natural reaction, which you as a lurker, you want to deny. And now it's pretty good for me. Like, I know they don't have slope information. They could have obviously pushed apps, but I think my player JL is completely focused on that. I commit to him that they can push. It's important. And it looks like we're going for the A split. See how it goes. It's us taking attention from the slope, so our guys in connector could lurk up. I guess they should be starting. Yeah, they're going up. So we're throwing nades, we're trying to shoot, looking for the duel. It was 6 shot on Magisk. Activates knock. The pre wasn't focused on him. Oh no! What is happening, Zaibu? Give us a break. Alright, we won the round. What a shot by Zaibu. I understood that smoke came from Ticket because of the bounce. I heard the bounce. If I held for a second longer, I got Apex there. Now I'm afraid to go out of apps because someone from City is surely holding me. It's really hard for me to take this duel, but I have to. Otherwise we would be not able to plant. I have to give space to the bomb player, knock. And I had to commit to the duel. Luckily I won that. I had to get some cheeky spell on Magisk, so knock is not... Nog is in a good position to at least trade me. If I die, I had 2 HP. And now this was a 1v1, which we lost. Yeah. But you could see, like, I had to make a pressure in the early round and then kind of forced to make a play. Otherwise, there's just no place for us to plant. And I had to take unfavorable duel against Spinks with Galil, which I won, but it was kind of forced on my side. This is the round where it all went kind of downhill, and we almost lost this eco. Now I understood Magisk has no idea that I have a good timing on him because he was checking jungle but not CT spawn. So I decided to use that into my advantage. And now I understand in this 1v3 that they are on eco. They have a good guns because they picked it up from my teammates, but they have no Kevlars. And this is incredible information to me because I have Mach 10 and the Glock. And I have a Kevlar. I found a molly. I actually had a molly, and this is important because I tried to throw it. As I jumped down from the window, I spotted both of them. And because the molly was burning and only Apex was committing to fighting me, and he was like half committed. Look how he doesn't want to peek me. Look how he doesn't want to peek me. This is to me clear call that the molly that I threw separated both of them and they're not tradable. Apex is now crouching, trying to buy time for the molly to end so Dupree can join him. I need to get duel against him as soon as possible before Dupree arrives with AK. So I'm trying my best. Apex finally shows his head and I hit the shot. And I know Dupree now is somewhere short, has better weapon, but again, I feel comfortable in my Glock because, as I said, all I need is one headshot, and I was pretty pumped, so I felt really comfortable winning this 1v3. The molly was clutch though, and me understanding that the molly spread them apart and they are not tradable for those 5-6 seconds actually allowed me to take duel with Apex much more calmly, because otherwise I would stress out because I would always like flick around with the crosshair trying to look for the Dupree, but I understood that Dupree is not coming. You see, I am now hearing that they definitely have a heavy setup. They took a slope with a flash. Magisk stepped well, checking it. I know now 2 players are on A side. It's actually 3 of them. But I understood it immediately. And Magisk could have been pushing the slope, actually, what I heard. So I need to clear it deliberately. And I remember there was a micro mistake here by me. I stopped clearing for some reason. I was confident that it's clear, and I didn't check this corner till the end. And he was actually there, and I hit a good shot on him. But again, it left me on 13 HP. And again, being low means I cannot go for the second duel, or it doesn't allow me to take more space because it's too risky. Another good lurk on Spinks, and I held good crosshair placement on Dupree there. All right, last round. Let's see what we do. We have a lot of money, and now we are able to drop nades, so obviously use that in the last rounds of the half. I think I'm going on the middle with a good spawn to throw my molly, and I think we're HE stacking window. Yes, we are. And now it's all back to the spawn to pick up the flashes that we left there and get back into my position towards A side. So we see that these nade stacks didn't kill ZywOo, but he's 50 HP after those. Pretty low risk, high reward potential play on the last round of the half when you can drop nades. Obviously this wasn't possible in the previous demos that we watched. It's quite a recent update. Now I'm comfortable going out against Magisk. I remember this round where Apex kind of baited me. I saw his silencer there, and I didn't know if it's AWP or M4 actually. And I checked ticket because that's the only thing where I can get killed from, right? The setup is quite common, ticket and jungle. But the problem is I checked ticket at the exact timing where Magisk was jump checking and he was behind the ticket booth. So I didn't see him. I decided to commit to Apex, and then Magisk just killed me comfortably. I will just show it one more time so you understand what really happened from the third perspective. Okay. He's jump checking. Now I spot the Apex weapon here soon. Now I see it and I decide to go out. Look at the Magisk jumping ticket. Just as I go out, he jump checked. I checked him, he wasn't there, and then when he popped his head, he got a free kill on me. So this was pretty much the only time Magisk actually outplayed me in this whole T side, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm gonna be honest. Magisk is insane anchor, and he's insane anchor in general on any map. But I'm pretty happy how this T half turned out. I felt pretty impactful. I felt good with the initiative on the A side. I was good at balancing things when playing passive, when aggressive, etc., etc. And this is something that this diversity was not seen in the previous demos. You can see when we were playing against Space Soldiers, this was rinse and repeat, the same mid-take 5 times per half. But in this half against Vitality, you can see the diversion. No same round was being played twice. No same move was being played twice. Even if it was just a read or anti-strat. And this is important to understand how Counter-Strike develops right now, how I as a player developed, how I think differently about certain things, how I treat the rounds differently when it comes to economy and stuff like that. I'm really hopeful that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because this is quite eye-opening for me. And hopefully you get inspired to do something same, to rewatch more of your past games, to understand the concept, what you're improving on, what you're maybe lacking. Because you have to be brutally honest with yourself in order to improve. If you don't have a coach, if you don't have staff or teammates around you that are doing this for you, giving you criticism, giving you feedback, you have to do it yourself. And this is perfect way to do it, in my opinion. And hopefully, yeah, this video gives you a little bit idea how important it is to me, how I do it, how I deal with it, how I conceptualize everything around the rounds that is being played. And yeah, I see you in the next video, I guess. Bye-bye.